I am starting this up. All right, everybody. You mute this. Hello, people. Let's see. Ian, or Ead, Emperor Galvatron, Haniel Serrano, Dion, Transformers Fan 444. I'm going to mess that one up. Butter Queen, Evan Strand, Nelson Film, Con Man the Person, sup? Hey, Rodimus, what's up, everybody? Hello, people. Hello, world. Wreck and roll, right? From Ottawa, Canada. Now, if you guys don't already know, I am going to New York Comic Con tomorrow. I have got my Friday and my Saturday passes. So I'm excited. My children are doing pretty good. They are currently, as we speak right now, my daughter is napping. Hold on 1 second. I am on. I am just getting things set up here. So I do want to talk about the Transformers New York Comic Con reveals. I want to talk about the movie toys and the Cyberverse toys. And I also want to talk about my own project that I'm working on. So I figure I might as well wait for everybody to just, as people are starting to join. Let's actually do that. Let's see if I can bring this up. Let's see. I know you can share screen. Okay, so everybody now can see this this that I got up here right now. This is the Devil Hunter Mayumi Indiegogo page. We just launched. We are launching for the new game that's coming out, but I figure I would show this to you before I I move on to the Transformer stuff. And the reason why I'm waiting to start talking about the Transformer stuff, I figure I would say hi to everybody here, is because I've got a guest coming, and as soon as he can get on, and we will start talking about it because I'm excited about this. And I figured I would just, get the actual broadcast, started ahead of time because I've only got about an hour. And then I got to run out because then I got to get prepared for leaving because I'm staying over at someone's house up north tomorrow night so that I can be there for both Friday and Saturday for New York Comic Con. So I'm excited. Did I know that the Unreal Engine helped me make the Transformers? Is making War for Cyber will be gone in January. I did not know that, and I don't know the details behind that or what that means. Omega Supreme looks good. I'm again, I want to wait to talk about it, but we haven't seen any actual images, I don't think, of Omega Supreme yet, have we? Or other than just like the actual, the only thing we have as far as confirmation is the why am I losing my train of thought? I don't know. What am I saying? We have confirmation that Blitzwing will look different. Why am I losing my train of thought all at once? I hope that Shockwave in normal mode isn't much larger than Megatron and Soundwave. I think he's supposed to be a Voyager size. Yeah, the War for Cybertron Siege toys. Yeah, they do look awesome. By the way, there's a talk of Unicron happening near the end of one of the YouTube videos from Comic-Con. I honestly think it's going to be Omega Supreme. I think it's going to be Omega Supreme. Can just trying to get this my guest to get on here. Just took these figures. What's up, Rodimus? How's it going there, Matthew Merritt? Confirmation that Blitzwing will look different. I want to talk about that as soon as I actually like have like the images up for the movie toys, because right now I've got the images for the Siege toys. You got the official ones, and then you've got the high-res display that they actually had, because they did this last year. Last year they did a how's it going there, Don Baracho? Last year I was at New York Comic-Con all 4 days. And on Thursday they had a panel, and then they after the panel was over, they invited the press people to go see the toys. And I was upset because I was like, well, I'm an exhibitor. Can I go too? They're like, nope, you can't. And I'm like, that kind of stinks, because they actually showed the toys that they were released for this year. And I was like, oh man, this kind of stinks, because I was like, I wanted to like get images of them, like see them up close. And now I'm like, again, they did it again. So like, to me, it didn't matter if I went on Thursday. I went last year. The only reason why it would have been good for me to go on Thursday is it would have ran into all of the different people who are going to New York Comic Con. I think Ryan from Sabertron. I know TFU.info is going to be there all 4 days, and I hope to run into him. I think the guys from TFW 2005 are going to be there. And, I hope to run into more of them. Like, like they're there all weekend. I hope to run into them tomorrow. I know I'm going to a Doctor Who panel tomorrow night. So, but, I might as well show this to you guys. Well, actually, you know what? I'll show this to you. No, I'll wait till he comes on, because this is something that has to do with the last time he and I had a podcast. Hey, Primal, greetings from Oakland, California. How's it going? They showed a grayscale Tengen as part to be Omegas. They did. I'll have to try and see if they've got more, images. Excited for Brunt. Yeah, well, it's awesome that Triptychon's going to be complete. Same thing with Fortress Maximus with Cog. If anything like last time, we know it's going. It's not going to be like last time. It's not going to be like last time, because last time I didn't use Google Hangouts for the actual for the live stream. I honestly am okay with not getting more combiner toys, just because they've done all of the different combiner teams. They can always do different ones. Yeah, they are doing. I've heard they are doing a 6-gun. Yeah, Doctor Who and Daredevil season 3. Yeah, that's right. I still have to catch up on all the season 2 episodes for the other shows, the Jessica Jones and Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I still got to watch those. Going to to MCM Comic Con in Edinburgh on November. This guy called Teeth Comics. He sells over 200. Cool. Ash Cray was made from the crown. I stepped on. Will I buy Rodimus if I make them? Yeah. I'll buy another Rodimus Prime toy if they have more Rodimus Primes. No Pretenders. You know what I really would have liked to have seen? I would have liked to have seen deluxe toys that were Titan Master or Headmasters that transformed into, little guys that went into the Pretender shells. That would have been cool if they did it that way. But instead, they did the whole Titan Master thing. So Omega comes with a Headmaster figure. Interesting. I'm going to be talking about the War for Cybertron, full of Cybertron stuff. So as soon as I can get as soon as my guest comes on, I am just waiting for my guest to show up, and then I can actually show up the show the images, because that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting on you. What am I hoping to see at Comic-Con? I'm just hoping to have a good time. I'm hoping that I run into like anybody who's like popular or whatever. I hope to see whatever stuff they've got released. I hope they maybe pick up some awesome toys. And that's about, it. So I really like the Megatron. I like the Megatron toy too. Greetings from North Carolina. Oh, wow. Shockwave's alt mode looks weird. I want to talk about Shockwave's alt mode when I actually look at the actual image, because it's really interesting. Shockwave's alt mode. First of all, it reminds me of the STF-1 from Macross or Robotech or whatever, or maybe like another science fiction or maybe like a Battlestar or something, Battlestar Galactica. But the other thing is that there's something interesting about that Shockwave toy that I want to actually, when I have the images up, we can talk about. So I want to see Venom. I kind of want to see Venom too. But I'm skeptical. I'm super, super skeptical. I don't think it's going to be that good, but we'll see. I'm going to go in with expecting Doom and like the Fox Daredevils and Fantastic Four movies. So, okay, you are ready. Get in on it. Let me see if I can send the invitation differently. Now let's see if this works. Do we have any luck? Are you getting on here yet? I wonder if the Cybertron Diamond, that would be cool. Galvatron at least wasn't made by Transformium. At least the human with a boomstick didn't kill me. Is Skytread like Battletrap? Do both bots have individual modes? They do not. The duocons are going to be like Flywheels, as he's known as Skytread, is not going to be two separate robot modes. So,
hello.
Hey there. Look who it is.
Hey, how you doing? I'm finally here. Sorry, blame Lewis. I was shopping, okay?
Okay.
And he took forever to get. He took forever to get his toilet rolls. So, and his bag also split. So we were there for quite a while at Tesco. So sorry. Thanks for the invitation.
Of course. I wanted you in on it because when I saw the images of a particular Transformer displayed at New York Comic Con, they had a what's it called? A particular transformer we talked about during your podcast, and you know where I'm going with this.
Popeye Starscream?
No, not Starscream.
Oh, crap. Oh, I'm on the spot now. We should have prepped for this. Reflector, was it? I'm trying to remember.
It was somebody with a particular crotch.
Well, there's a lot like that. Oh, right. How could I forget the iconic? Of
course.
Megatron. Yeah.
I got Megatron here, my G1 Megatron. And the whole reason why I took out my G1 Megatron, first of all, this is a Japanese reissue that I had got back in 2000 because my original broke.
Yeah.
So this one actually fires pellets. But there's a reason why I brought Megatron out here, because if you saw the Seige toys, you notice that what his accessory is. What does that look like?
That's what I was saying, because obviously with that wasn't obviously displayed a lot in the cartoon, was it?
No, it was not.
I forgot that was an accessory to the G1 toy, so I thought it was a direct reference to the Fall of Cybertron.
The US toy did not come with the sword. So
okay.
Yeah. And the US toy they actually neutered because it fired pellets in Japan. So this one actually is the Japanese reissue, so it does fire pellets, and it does it does have the sword. It also came with a gun. So
it looks really good. Really, really silver. Look at that shine. That looks really good.
I know. Like, that's the thing. Like, the funny thing is, like, everybody makes fun of, like, like G1 toys and stuff like that, but, like, you can see, like, he actually is playable. You know what I mean? Like, you can actually, like, have him go into battle, And here's something interesting about the G1 Megatron toy before we get into the New York Comic Con stuff. The barrel, which I had here, like, transformed correctly, you can transform so that it actually does show up like the cartoon. So it does fold up, which I'm just doing. I'm doing it backwards, so I'm not doing it right. But you can kind of see, like, the gun barrel does come up the way. So I'm not doing it properly because I'm doing it backwards. But it's what's it called? Like, it actually will do transform like it's supposed to. And his pieces that he has for gun mode actually transform into a cannon. So, which is actually pretty cool. So
really, really good condition it looks in, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I take care of my toys, So
say that to my Uncle John.
I also got Energon cubes. So Weep Grana, Weep Miniban. So yeah. So that's now really cool, let me actually bring this up while I'm here. Screen share. We're going to screen share first and foremost this one, and we'll maximize it. So we're looking now at the Cybertron website. They had on display the movie toys.
I saw some more images in hand on TFW.
I want to see that too, because they were all there. They all went to the press event. Now, this is what happened to me last year. I went out. If you remember, I went to New York Comic Con last year, and I'm going tomorrow, and I'm going Saturday as well. Thursday they had a panel at like 11:45 a.m. and they did the same thing today, or at 10 o'clock or 11 a.m. or whatever. And then they have a press event. So all the people that are there who are press people can go to this separate room in a separate building and see all these toys in like a hotel room.
Yeah.
And they only allow press people. So this was
God damn it.
Yeah. And I was there and I'm like, I want to go. I want to go. I was kind of annoyed by it. So,
well, we are YouTubers and we do help promote these toys. So I think there's some balance there a little bit. I think we are qualified as press a little bit.
A little bit. Well, TFW 2005 went, and Ben Yee went, and Sabertron went. So they all went to this press event because they actually have websites. If I had like, you know, if we had like a whole separate website, we'd probably be invited too. But this is actually what I want to talk about was here. One thing that's bothering me about the movie toys is that they're not making triple changers with toys.
Yeah, I don't like the look of
That's
to be honest, yeah, I don't really like the look of the. It's only Wolf Cybertron's Siege line that's impressive to me. I mean, I'm someone who doesn't really collect toys as much anyway, but even I would like buy some of the figures that have come out of the Siege line because they really look impressive. But the Bumblebee ones, I'm not
feeling either.
No, I'm not even feeling Cyberverse. Cyberverse, in my opinion, are honestly hideous looking. Like, I know
most of the
yeah. Some look really good, but some of them are just like, you know, and I've seen them in person in box, and they just don't look good, like, at all. It's only the Wolf Cybertron Siege line, which actually seems to be getting people's attention for.
I think that they.
Obvious.
But here's the thing. Before we get to that, notice Blitzwing is a tank.
Yeah, literally. I feel like that might have already been a figure before, but as Megatron, I don't know. That looks literally just like Megatron from the Revenge of the Fallen. So I don't know if that was a previous toy and they've just decided to reuse it. I don't know. I don't.
Blitzwing head though. Like if you actually look, it's like if you're looking closer, maybe you can look at some higher res images. But you know,
that looks more like that actually looks more like Blitzwing than what we're getting in the movie. Actually, I will give the toy credit for that. But it also looks a lot like its prequel comics version of Blitzwing a little bit as well.
Probably.
I know with the gray and a bit of a yellow there.
Well, you know the yellow on the chest. You know what that reminds me of? G1 Guzzle.
Oh,
yeah. He was a Sparkabot, I think it was. Like if they rolled the wheels and they had like the weird spark gimmick and you know, just trying to see if he had any closer images. It didn't look like he did. There's what everybody wants to see. Is the main event.
Yeah.
Right?
These are
more movie stuff.
These are really impressive.
But the high res display case image, this was just impressive. Absolutely impressive. This whole diorama setup, was like a battleground for Cybertron. And you know, the official images of Megatron, I'm looking at this this toy, like the in plastic form. It doesn't look as good as the official.
Yeah, the official images. I mean, they even made the Cyberverse toys look good. The official images. I actually said that when I was talking about him. I was like, "Oh, these look good," but then I saw him in person. I was like, "Oh God, no, please!" It's like seeing your ex-girlfriend or something. It's like, no, I don't want to see that. No, I was wrong. You were good looking in one side, but no. I don't know. These.
Oh, you woke up the next day.
Yeah, you woke up the next morning and you were like, "Oh God." No, these actually, from all the images we see, like the official images and actually RVR in person, they don't look as bad. I mean, granted, they look a lot better in official images, but in person, they also look pretty good. And I also learned as well, I just wanted to go off on this, the reflector thing, refractor, whatever they want to call it.
When we get to the image, we'll talk about him.
Yeah, well, you actually have to buy 3 of those to actually form that camera, unfortunately.
But here, look at this Megatron, right? That's what I was talking about with the G1 Megatron with the sword.
Yeah, the sword went over my head. It just looked like the one from Fall of Cybertron, which is obviously done out of the G1 sword as well.
I knew exactly what they were going with the sword, you know, and it was like it was like yes, absolutely, 100%. Like I'm all for that.
Does look good.
You know, but looking at the diorama and actually seeing the toys themselves, like Megatron doesn't look that bad, you know. For the only thing is I don't like the battle damage, and I'll probably paint over that.
I actually don't mind it. They looked a lot better on the official images, but yeah, when you see it, it doesn't look that glamorous.
You know, and getting closer, and like they have some really good images, like that they took. I saw him snapping away because TFU.info had a live stream at the event, and
I saw pictures of it.
You know, but I guess maybe because like when you're inside a building, you're not going to get as good internet reception. So,
yeah.
But looking at the actual display, like you know, see Shockwave and Starscream and
Starscream looks
Flywheels
good.
and, I think it's Brunt, I think is his name.
Mm.
Shockwave, I want to like. It's interesting that he has a brute mode. It's like
Yeah.
it's what was it? Bulkhead in Energon.
Yeah, he's
All over
like got
again.
on full god mode a little bit as
Yeah.
well. Like, oh, he's just like, yeah, he's ready. He's got 4 arms. He is Doctor Octopus or something. He's some sort of weird hybrid. All of a sudden, he does look cool. Like, I think this will be the one I would buy. I think he would be the
Definitely
one.
a Shockwave toy. This Shockwave looks great, and there's something about this Shockwave. Everybody was like saying like, "What the heck is up with his alt mode?" But you know, if you actually look at official images and what like the alt mode looks like, it's the alt mode for Shockwave is, yes, it's a Star Cruiser, but I noticed something about it that Six Shot and Galvatron both have, in that they do have a pseudo gun modes.
Mm.
So now getting onto the Reflector, since we're actually at Reflector, first of all, that like Brunt actually is like Cog, like he turns into different pieces. And they said that you can, if you have to buy 3 of them separately, and they're deluxes.
Right. Yeah, that's why I didn't know that. I thought at first it was just one, because I thought they were. I didn't think they were going to try and actually make you buy 3 individually. If they come in a free pack, that's okay. But to actually buy a figure 3 times for the price, they're probably going to be very high. I thought that was very tedious to ask for the consumer to buy 3 figures.
Well, it's kind of, they did it in G1 with the sweeps. You know, if you think about it, they do it all the time with the repaints.
But it's because this combines. Like, if you get 3, it combines. You know, like if it becomes the camera. But I guess that's kind of more for nostalgia fans mostly, because most kids who probably buy these, or even teenagers, I don't think these toys are really directed at kids as much as they are like the teenage sort of age.
Generations line is aimed at like older fans. So
like teenagers would rather pick these up than, let's say, the Cyberverse lines. In a different demographic sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I like it. I've been wanting a Reflector toy for quite a while, because I actually really like these guys.
I have a G1 Reflector now. I got one last year at Comic-Con.
I really like these little guys. I want to see them more in future shows. I was hoping Cyberverse might do something with them, you know, just because. But
it looks like that Cyberverse is going to like be adding stuff in that like is from all different generations. I think they're trying to like go with G1 for the majority of it, but they're going to like add stuff in here and there.
Well, you're going to love the next episode, the Megatron is My Hero one. If you haven't seen it already.
I haven't, because it hasn't shown up on the you can't watch it yet on the Cartoon Network app, and because I don't think it has aired in the US yet. So
yeah, they air very early in Canada, very early. They air like 2 episodes a week or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's interesting about this Reflector is like you can actually put that disc on his abs right there.
Yeah,
so one Reflector be the main one.
Yeah, I actually just noticed that now with the little pegs. That's pretty cool.
And then you actually have the Target Masters like individually. So if you bought like Caliburst and Slug Slinger and Misfire, if you bought the Hasbro versions that didn't come with the Target Masters, you can now get the Target Masters. So so I think that's pretty cool for people who didn't get them.
Yeah.
That Reflector just looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. I think I say this all the time when I look at these new toys that are revealed. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this one, but then I never end up doing. But I think I actually will with these. You know, I bought 2 Studio Series figures, if you haven't seen recently, and I'm thinking maybe these will be the next ones I'll probably pick up.
I was actually tempted to buy. I saw on a clearance rack in a store had Crosshairs from the movie, and I don't really collect movie toys, but like, you know, I was really impressed with Crosshairs. Like I like his design as a toy. So which is kind of interesting because I don't like the movie aesthetic usually. But this, looking at Brunt, I'm glad they actually like made his tank form like really, really good, because if you had the G1 Trypticon toy, he came with that tank.
Mm.
and that was the tower when he was in city mode.
They do look really good. I like how they. I mean, I feel like the images are a bit too high resolution because they kind of look a bit glossy. Some areas do, at least. Like the paint
Maybe the
looks a
lighting
little bit
too.
too glossy. Maybe it was just the lighting. But yeah, no. I made a joke when I did the original reveal video of these toys, and yeah, have you ever heard of a video game Wipeout at all?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, that Starscream, I know that's his original design, but that actually looks like just stripped from Wipeout a little bit. I mean, look, a lot of emphasis on that. But, yeah, no, Megatron's tank mode as well. That looks really good.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that because, like, I wanted them to come up with a good alt mode for Megatron because I know they can't make him a gun, and this is obviously his pre-Earth mode. So, a good-looking tank is finally a G1 Megatron with a good-looking tank mode. He has a and I guess his tank turret turns into his sword. So that means that the gun, his arm cannon, is not like part of that. It's different. They're separate pieces.
Yeah.
And I really do like that. So
I always go backwards and forwards on if I prefer Megatron to be a tank or a jet or a handgun. No, I always am confused. Sometimes I like to think of him if I had an incarnation, I'd probably make him a triple changer in some sort of weird way. But I think for this particular line, I think a tank was best.
It does. I think the tank mode works really well for this line because this is pre-Earth.
Yeah.
So I like that idea.
And
I'll just bring that image up along with that because we're talking the Starscream Tetrajet, which
that looks really cool.
That looks really cool. Definitely looks cool.
If you could just paint over it, and it doesn't have to be like a Transformers thing. That could just look like one of those, just a spacecraft of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks really cool.
And that was the thing, is like it was an alien looking jet, and I'm really impressed that they were able to incorporate the whole triangle shape of the original jets from the old G1 cartoon, because I think when they were making the original cartoon, they were trying to figure out what their alt modes would be, and they just came up with really weird alt modes.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Bumblebee.
Yeah. Well, I see how they did the chest thing as the thrusters for the back. There's some few images showing that off there where where his chest is actually acting as the sort of thrusters for it.
Yeah, I think I did see that. And
well,
actually, to the official image, it was weird to actually see it that way, but I think it works because
it kind of works. Yeah,
it's actually a really good looking robot mode. I think the robot mode is done really well. I like it. If anything, this looks more like movie Blitzwing.
Yeah, but one thing I will be critical on is I don't like how his cannons are too far up on his shoulders. Like I always prefer him to be on his arms, not like on his shoulders. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Now you can see a little hole peg there because I just think it'd be a bit more awkward to kind of pose him a little bit, especially with his wings at the back. So yeah, it's good that you can do that then.
Yeah, so you can take the arm cannons and you can put them right on the in the holes right there. It's the same thing for Megatron. Like Megatron, if you look at the display here, he actually has it on the peg on his his one arm, but the official this diorama, they had it on his shoulder because that's the whole playability, is that you're supposed to take these battle masters, as they're calling them. That's a lot of kibble.
I can already hear the commercial now. Battle Master Transformers.
They've got the power to survive. I remember those commercials. I'm old enough to remember watching those commercials.
They should literally just replicate those old commercials into these toys. That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. And then this Laserbeak is all part of the whole Soundwave thing, which I was really impressed that they were able to make pre-Earth Laserbeak from the cartoon.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, and it's actually as a cassette mode. So, Soundwave does have cassettes, and you could buy. I think it's actually a 2-pack of Laserbeak and Ravage.
Oh, that's all right then.
I like that. I don't know if I like this idea of like pegging on like the laser fire. It's probably cool for kids, but like it's not like good for adults with the displays. So.
No, it's just for. I mean, the way how I just have them like posed in a particular way. I mean, I only have a few on display, but I like to just pose them in a sort of certain way. Like I don't really like I have actually a dedicated box to all the little parts to the transfer speakers I have because I just don't want to. I just don't want to play around with it too much. I don't want to lose them either.
Yeah, I have Ziploc bags with Transformers parts in them just because you don't want to lose the parts.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm looking at that Shockwave backpack because the whole brute mode thing becomes like it's
Fucking God of War mode or something. It's like, whoa, okay, this kid, he's ready for battle. You know, he's got everything sorted. I at first I was like, I don't think I'll have him displayed in that though. I think I'd rather just have him have it in his regular G1 looking self, which is fine.
This thing here, this mode here with like the what do I want to call it? It's like he's almost like surfing on his own.
Yeah. He's just like on a surfboard. It's just like, hey, who's that? It's Shockwave. It's like, what? Is he surfing? He does look cool. The official images make him look really cool. He still looks cool in person, but
he looks awesome.
I like his jet, his like Harrier mode. It obviously reminds me a lot. It's obviously had that incarnation before, but obviously when I saw that Shockwave, it was in War for Cybertron, for Cybertron, and I've been sort of waiting for because for Fall of Cybertron, Shockwave toy wasn't as impressive to me as it could have been, but I like that they're giving us something here. I'll probably never have it displayed like that, but it's cool anyway. It looks cool.
Looking at the official images, this obviously is straight up a a spacecraft.
Yeah, it looks like a Decepticon carrier or something.
And
it's just
I'm trying to think like what that like the tower there looks like because it's reminding me of something from an anime or
well, I was just about to say this right now. It looks like the Gora ships in Voltron a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
So, someone at Hasbro's been watching Voltron who were like, "Oh, let's take this."
This is this toy here right there. It's like that's like a tease right there, but I'm so impressed with the Duocons. Like there it is. There, let's go into Shockwave mode. They have a closer image of it? Look at the actual tip of that like ship there. How it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what you were talking about now because I know I'm trying to think where that's from.
No. Think about what his G1 mode was. He was a gun in G1, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that could be around to his gun mode.
Just turn it around or something.
Just like Six Shot or Galvatron.
It does remind me of another ship from this other show, but where they had the top part like that, and I can't remember where it's from now. You probably know. I don't want to say Star Trek.
Or Robotech.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking Star Trek, but I'm trying to think. Do they have any specific ships like that? I can't remember.
Not that I'm aware of.
It's been ages since I watched Star Trek, but the original series.
Tank mode doesn't look so bad for Megatron.
From above, no. Really long gun he has. I know that this is what I'm talking about. The look there doesn't look that great. It's like this figure looks great when you pose him. When he's just sort of, I don't know. I'm not kind of. They kind of look very blocky, but I don't know. I still like them, but I'd always have them posed like instead of just standing up straight.
Probably have them like battling each other. Like
the
final battle Optimus versus Megatron thing.
Yeah.
And they're standing tall. Like Optimus looks all right.
Yeah.
Like not bad, but not great. Like I think Megatron looks better, but like this particular, like I think also he's mistransformed. Maybe his head is kind of down a little bit.
For the average consumer of like these kind of toys, these are good. Like, of course, you could get a masterpiece, which is 10 times better, everything like that. But like for things that obviously kids are going to be seeing on shelves, it's good to know that these quality of toys are in their hands. Like, because I've said this enormously. I feel like the last good line of quality of Transformers figures was animated and the first wave of Transformers Prime. And ever since then, I've just personally dropped out. Of course, there's other stuff as well, like the masterpieces. They're still going on. They look fantastic. And I wasn't really into the Primal Trilogy toys as much, but these look really good. I like them.
Yeah, this Shockwave. This is exactly what I was talking about. See what I mean? Like how
I can see it a lot clearly now.
There. It's the handle. That's the gun handle.
That's a good little thing. Then they did that. That's really cool. Yeah, I've just seen. Yeah, I noticed that now. That's the first thing you're going to do when you pick that up.
When I stop screen sharing, I'll show you.
But
yeah, I see what you now mean by the rear thrusters.
Yeah, looks okay. It's just the cone part that annoys me a little bit, but
yeah, I agree.
I like it. But yeah, you were saying earlier, a lot of kibble underneath. That's like an enormous amount of kibble.
Now they actually showed this. Soundwave's door does open.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I checked these just before I left because I just literally refreshed TFW. I was like, wait, why do I have to go out now? Oh, I just had a quick skim of them, and I like that you could do that.
And then Laserbeak's inside, and you can, eject them as you need to. I'm hoping that they got clear images of the door open.
What do you prefer? Soundwave's eyes being red or yellow? Curious.
I think yellow works for the toy, but I prefer the red.
Yeah.
Just because like other Decepticons all have red eyes, and I just prefer give me a G1. If you're gonna go for G1 cartoon, please give me red eyes.
Yeah.
If you're going for a different look, okay, yellow eyes are cool.
I think Ravage looks a little bit silly to me, but
they have not been able to get a good Ravage.
No.
That turns into a cassette like almost ever.
He looks jacked, like, and then it's just got his tiny little legs. He's like only put steroids in the wrong areas or something. I don't know.
I hope they can get Ratbat and maybe they'll repaint Ravage as Howlback or whatever they want to call him.
Well, you'll have people already customizing Laserbeak to Buzzsaw and that, and they'll probably mod it in some way to make it look like Ratbat. I hope they include Frenzy and Rumble. That'd be kind of neat, but I don't think they'll. I don't know.
Brunt is here in robot mode. He doesn't. It's interesting because the original one didn't turn into a robot, but this robot mode kind of reminds me of a Cylon.
Yeah, I was about to say this doesn't look that attractive to me. I don't know. This isn't my favorite one. Like I didn't get the official image for this when all of this came out. I really couldn't have cared less for this anyway, to be honest.
But he's supposed to be gun parts. Like he's supposed to like detach, just like Six Gun and Cog are, and they're supposed to like become like robot like gun parts. So he'll attach to another Decepticon and be like, an arm cannon. So like you can actually make him like armor in that way, and that's what they were going for. And it's kind of cool that they're doing that, but it's not, like you said, it's not your style and not your kind of thing.
Yeah, it just looks like a generic sort of robot from any sort of show or something like that. I've been looking at the live chat now, and someone said that it looks like any background enemy ever or something like that.
Well, he's a foot. Maybe he's just like a regular foot soldier.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pretty much.
And that's probably what they're going for. It's kind of like the foot soldiers foot soldiers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So.
I like the look of the Autobots. I like Chromia and Ironhide. They're the main ones from the line.
Sideswipe looks great too.
Oh yeah, they look gorgeous. But it's like Chromia and Ironhide. Something about them that goes, wow.
These are good
renditions.
And I want them to repaint. I know it's Energon, but I wouldn't mind if they repainted Ironhide into Snowcat.
Oh, you just opened a floodgate there.
maybe they'll remold Brunt into Demolisher.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, then you can have Demolisher as armor for Snowcat.
Didn't they release a line of toys? I know they released Leader Class Armada Megatron in the Generations line, but did they also do it with Cyclonus?
No,
So
they
I
didn't
feel,
do it for Cyclonus. No.
because that's a really unique design. Like if you just take away its Cyclonus, whether you think of it as Cyclonus or what, that's like a really good Transformer design. You know, in general, I always like to think of it like, okay, that was Cyclonus before he met Unicron, and then he became the Purple Warrior, or something like that. You know, if you had to have an origins for a character, or something like in a new incarnation sort of way. I just thought it'd be kind of neat that this is Cyclonus before, and here he is after when he gets transformed by Unicron or something. I don't know.
Every time I see a picture of Skywarp, I go, "Hey, look, it's adolescent Cyclonus."
I would like to see a Demolisher toy from the Armada line, though.
I would like to actually see them update both those characters, like just because for nothing, they were kind of iconic for being cool Decepticons, you know.
Well, Demolisher's taken on a character of his own. Like he's appeared. The recent was it Legends card? No, is it Legends? That this card game of Transformers. And they introduced him as a character recently, based on his War for Cybertron design. Because they used him for the game, and he looks epic and badass in that way. But he's just not.
Is it the mobile game or?
I think I don't know. I think it's a mobile game. Yeah, it is a mobile game. I don't know if it was called Legends though or something else. I feel like it might be called Legends. I can't remember.
Forged to Fight or?
No, nothing like that. It's literally like a card stat game.
Oh, I'm not a big. I've heard of that game and I'm not into it. So like, I played Forged to Fight for a little bit and I played Earth Wars for a while. But I just can't get into the mobile games. There's too much going on in my life right now.
Yeah, no, mobile games are not my thing at all.
You know, I'd rather play a game on a console anyway. So, you know, my daughter always wants to play. She comes up here and she's like, "I want to play Mario. I want to play Mario." So
it's like, no, not now. I'm too busy.
I want to talk about Flywheels, aka Skytread, as they're calling him because of trademark.
I know very little about this, so enlighten me.
The Duocons in the original toys they had this auto transform gimmick. You would put you had Battle Trap and Flywheels, and you would they were two separate vehicles. You would place the one vehicle on top of the other, and it would auto transform. And it was cool because in robot mode it looked great, but it was a terrible toy because it wasn't very posable. And then in the Power of the Primes toy line last year, they actually released two separate toys that actually combine into one. So basically what they did was they took the Duocons and took two separate vehicles, and made them two separate Transformers that combine into one Transformer. And everybody loved it. I was like, I really wish he was just straight up he was just straight up Duocon, but this time, this one is a straight Duocon. It's just two separate vehicles. It's but one robot mode. So according to storyline, it was actually the experiments done to try and make triple changers.
Right.
That their experimentation failed, and that was the reason why Flywheels and Battle Trap are two separate, vehicles with one robot mode. So
I say I hate to interrupt, but I just had to look at the live chat, and someone literally just called him Bulkhead, and that kid's getting destroyed in the chat now. He's a Jeep. No. How is he Bulkhead?
That is definitely Hound. That is straight up Hound.
I hate that when you get in comments of like fans saying, "Oh no, this is this and this," and it's like, no, it's hurting my brain. It actually hurts my brain. So this is not.
See, honestly, and I think they should have called like Bayverse Hound should have been called Bulkhead. This is Hound.
Yeah.
You know. So that's my opinion. But
I guess they only did that because there was so much. Well, let's say so much. There was a lot of Bulkhead already. You know, he was in animated, then he was in Prime. So, is he going to be in the movies as well? I guess they just like, let's not. Let's just change it.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what it is. Like Bulkhead and Hound are very, very similar as far as like colors, but they're very different characters.
Personality, yeah.
Hound was more, he would kind of sniff out, like that was his why he was called Hound, is because he would sniff out the Decepticons.
I like to think of him as a gentleman or something. He was like a gentleman, and Bulkhead was like your lovable neighbor or something. I don't know, a clumsy dude. I don't know.
Yep. Bulkhead, I needed that.
Yeah. Hound was just more of a gentleman. He was a colonel-like figure, obviously by his design.
Oh, that's cool. So you got the Micromasters here combined into a gun. And you can see like Cog, like it becomes like all this battle armor.
I'm not too crazy about it, but it is cool that you can do that. Obviously, that's the main gimmick of this toy line. But I'm more of a I'll just play the figure as it is. I don't like to add all the gimmicks and stuff, but it's cool that you can add stuff and do that.
Cog looks cool though.
Yeah, this is a character I'm not too familiar with. And when I first saw him, I was like, his design looks good, but he's just like the other one into where he literally exists suit add-on armor to other characters.
Well, both Cog and Six Gun were, like Cog came with Fortress Maximus and Six Gun came with Metroplex.
That's what I was trying to remember, yeah.
So they were never in the cartoon, but Six Gun was in the cartoon.
Yeah, Six Gun was.
And Six Gun was made of Metroplex's guns. So like you would take all of the gun cannons and put them together to make Six Gun. And Cog was pretty much very similar. A little bit different. So Fort Max was like this was like a component of him.
He does look cool. I like the look of him.
I think he looks cool, like period. Just
I probably won't pick him up, but it looks really cool. I will give the design that.
I think flywheels, as they're calling him, Skytread. That toy I want really bad. So, and I think this Shockwave looks good even with the brute mode.
It looks okay. I just want to display him. You know what I mean? It just looks a bit silly. It's cool, but it's like, ironically, we buy these toys, but I don't like play with him. Like, obviously, I'll have him in scene mode, but I wouldn't like have him displayed like that. Like, I'd rather just have him. I haven't got a lot of space on my desk anyway, but for that mega thing to be on my desk. But it looks cool. I do like it. It looks really nice.
I have so many bins. I need to actually probably unload some of my Transformers collection so I can make room for more.
It doesn't look like a leader though. This is a thing that obviously the size is.
He's going to be sold as a leader. And his brute mode is what makes him a leader class. And he's a Voyager size normal. Yeah.
I mean, we know the quality of Transformers, like the main line that goes out to the consumers, has shrunken over the years. But they don't look too small where it becomes just pure lazy and obviously doing it for resources. But if you customize these figures, like add on the extra brush of paint and touch areas, I feel like sometimes they just do that on purpose because it's like, well, we have got to make millions and millions of these.
Takara used to, like, before Hasbro put their foot down or whatever on Takara was doing that.
Yeah, that's why I noticed the massive difference. Well, yeah, obviously we noticed the difference for other years, but I noticed it obviously when I was growing up. I noticed the difference between Takara animated toys and then Hasbro toys. Like when I was playing, I mean, I've got one here, Rodimus Minor. From what he is in the United States as just Rodimus Prime, but the Rodimus Nima was more of a dark maroon, while in America he was more of an orangey looking one instead. But and you see a little cobweb just above Megatron's head there a little bit. You can see that little line just sort of draft from his head. I don't know what that
is. I don't know if that's like a string that they're using to hold them together or something. What is that? Like a
probably an effect for the set or something. I don't know. They've been stood there for a very long time. they're in battle and they've just froze. They're like, when are we going to budge? I don't know.
Just a great look. I mean, I do think this toy looks good, like in posed.
Yeah,
he looks great when posed, but like standing still, he doesn't look as good. And the same thing with Optimus. But
this is a really good line. Like this is one of the best lines to come out in a long time. No, let's not talk about Kavanaugh.
Honestly, I don't want to talk. I'm not talking politics. So
no way.
I have my own opinions, and people don't want to hear my opinion.
All about Transformers, guys.
You know what it is? Because I'm using Google, Chrome in order to do the live hangouts.
Yeah.
And I get these notifications and I can't get the notifications to stop.
Annoying, yeah.
And I don't know what it is. Like, I'm like, I don't care about that. I never asked for those notifications.
I didn't ask for this. I didn't. What happened?
So like I have that's like I stop it. Just stop with the notifications.
Oh, did you have you also seen the studio series Drift that they reviewed as well? The one based on Chance Was the Last Night. It looks okay. It comes with the mini Dinobots for people who are interested in that.
That actually is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks accurate.
You know, it actually looks pretty cool. I'm not a fan of movie Drift, but you know, I think if you're a fan of the movie toys and if you like the movie aesthetic, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they had to give him something, so like, let's have mini Dinobots. I mean, it looks okay. Like way better than the original Drift that came out for both Age of Extinction and The Last Night because they were just god awful. But it actually looks really cool. Obviously, it's not one I'm going to get. I don't care for Drift at all, but it's certainly one to add in the collection if you're a big fan of the movies for sure. But I would have preferred it if he was blue instead. I'm not a big fan of a red, but I would have probably had more of an eye for it if it was blue. But
I just
people would paint it.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like some sort. I thought it might have been a jet board or something that Shockwave could like use or something.
He's got a cockpit.
I don't know.
Like right here. He's like right over here. He's got a little cockpit going on there. So he's supposed to have an alt mode. Apparently, on the display, if you know, they actually have like an all pewtered paint colored sound wave as a lamppost.
It looks, you know, that little cockpit. It looks like it's almost something that like Frenzy or Rumble could get into and kind of control. But actually that's not what they're going for because they don't have those figures. But it just looks like some sort of weird. Like it looks. That thing should be like massive. That should be basically like Autobots and Decepticons that could fit in there.
I think they were just trying to figure out an alt mode and they just threw it together.
Yeah.
So there's an unofficial fan mode for maybe for a tape deck for him. But they maybe
I would have been fine with it being just like a vehicle or something.
Like maybe figure out a way
if it was a vehicle, I'd have been all right with it, but
yeah, it's like a weird jet thing. But like I like the fact that he can eject the cassettes. Reflector looks great. You know, he does he has if you buy 3, you have the camera. But he does have like a weird, like spaceship gun mode.
I thought that was some sort of satellite-looking thing, but I think that might be just something that you can put on another character. I don't know what we're going for. This is definitely the weakest of all of them. The Reflector's the weakest one when it comes to.
You just buy 3 so you can have your gun mode.
Yeah, I don't like that approach to it. Like having you buy 3, so have a 3 pack or something. But these are probably going to cost around £15. So obviously, a lot of people have a lot of money in the world, but
$18 US, I think it is, and so like it's
for a deluxe.
Yeah, for a deluxe, and
woof.
Actually, I think it's $20 now. Like they're actually like more expensive for deluxes around here. So
I think that's equivalent to £15 if you buy. I know that there's this toy store near where I live, and it's the only toy store that actually has these collectibles. Like if you go to entertainment or let's say Toys R Us at the time, you would have had these figures, but the little toy place that's near me now, it's the only place, at least near me, where you can actually buy these kind of figures, and their prices are really high. But I don't know. They're just going to cost a lot. They are. The leader one will be at least. I can imagine that'll be like £60 over in the UK or something.
They're expensive, period.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
That's the thing, is they're expensive, period. So I'm trying to see if
Thanks to the economy for that.
So the one big surprise that everybody's talking about, and you can see his head there underneath.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So, and there's
his own little throne.
Yeah, or Thunder. Yeah, I think it's either Thundercracker. No, it's definitely Skywarp.
No, it's Thundercracker. That is. You can see the blue on the front.
Yeah, there's the blue. That's the blue.
Yeah, you can see the blue there. Looks purple on his legs.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably because of the lighting and that they're using like purple underneath here. But
Yeah.
Omega Supreme, they actually showed apparently the tank mode at the panel.
Oh,
there it is. I think that's it. Yep,
that's what it was.
That is Omega Supreme.
Oh yeah, they're having a Titan class as well, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's going to be.
I want to see that like done. And here, look at the shit. They can actually pose the shockwave just like the comic.
Yeah, and this is what I saw. I saw these images of the live stream they did. Really cool. Prototype images always look cool.
Definitely looks awesome. I want to see it done though, because I remember we saw the Predaking and like it didn't feel real to me until I saw the color images.
Mm.
So,
I like the posters they've done for this. Really cool looking. One way to introduce the Decepticons for this toy line. So yeah.
Well, remember everybody was talking about it. Everyone was like, "Well, where's the Decepticons?"
Yeah.
Where are the Decepticons?
They're coming. They're coming.
They are. They show the Autobots at San Diego, and they're showing the Decepticons here at New York. So, I hope they have them on display somewhere because I will take pictures when I'm there tomorrow.
Well, it looks like it's only in its prototype form. Like they haven't finished the coloring of it. Well, they probably have, but like they haven't. They're not. It's not ready to go out on display yet.
Yeah,
like
yeah, because it's all prototype now at this point. So, but that's pretty much it for the Seige toy line, and I'm excited for it. I don't know about you. Like it just looks great. Like I'm not buying every single one. I'll probably buy some of the really good ones. Shockwave is it's a must for me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting that Shockwave. I think I'm definitely going to get that Megatron because we haven't had a good G1 styled Megatron like that looks that good. That's a great fan. And that Megatron just looks awesome.
I would have Megatron displayed in his robot. I would have Shockwave displayed without the parts, and I'd just have Starscream displayed in his jet. I think that'd be my display at least.
Well, at least you can do something a little bit more accurate than like Skyfire. You know, like in the Fire in the Sky, everyone complains about the fact that Starscream was in an F-15 mode.
yeah. So it looks really cool. I like how they're promoting this. I can't remember now. I don't know if these are supposed to come with its own mini Machinima series. I don't know if they're attempting to do that again, like they did with the Prime Wars trilogy.
Well, Machinima, I don't think they're going to do anything with that anymore because they, Go 90 went under.
Yeah,
so I think probably they'll do is something. Here's the thing about the actual fiction for this.
Mm-hmm.
Bumblebee movie shows G1 bots.
Yeah, and then this is the toy line that we are seeing.
Yeah,
so it's like one of those. Is this a crossing a little bit?
Maybe
because we haven't seen any G1 designs with a Bumblebee line. So I think this is just their way of mixing with that a little bit.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because there's no point re-releasing toys unless if you're just going to have the exact same toys, but then slap a Bumblebee box art on it and do it like that. But they're not going to because these are assigned to the Seige line with all these gimmicks, these combiner powers and stuff like that. So yeah, this is definitely their way of promoting two things in one.
That's a good way of doing it. And I there might be some fiction. They might do a cartoon, like an online cartoon, like what they did before.
I feel like they won't though, just because of Cyberverse coming out simultaneously, and with Bumblebee movie coming out very soon, and then we've got obviously Cyberverse as well, and then this. I don't think they want to overcloud it. I don't think they really want to spend their money.
This is coming out in 2019. You know what I mean? Like this is going to come out next year after the Bumblebee.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought this was this year.
Yeah, no, Bumblebee is going to come out first. It's coming out like now. I think the toys are starting to hit the shelves now. And then once the Bumblebee toys start coming off the shelves, this hits the shelves.
Oh, right, okay. So I guess it'll be kind of like a good cross-in when December ends, like, because Bumblebee comes out like literally at Christmas, which is very stupid. But because there's so many films coming out, and I'm just very worried for the Bumblebee movie to not get the reception that it kind of deserves if it's actually good. And I think it's going to be a good movie. And if no one goes sees it, it's like, damn it, you missed your chance to actually watch a good Transformers movie.
I think it's actually going to be good. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I think it's more of a family's film, that is. I don't think they'd take their families to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I don't think families want to see that. I think they'd rather see Bumblebee, which is more kid-oriented, like family-friendly, a kind of film.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good mix for everybody. I think people who are excited about Transformers are...
Well, people are excited for Transformers again by seeing these trailers, which is a good thing.
Yes. G1 fans are excited about it. The only people that I've seen that have been like really nasty about it are the G1 haters.
Yeah, ignore them. They're just ideologues.
They're on like Facebook groups and stuff like that. If you go on like different Facebook groups, there's a couple of these trolls. They're like, I really hope all these G1ers just die off so we can stop seeing G1. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, they're that bad.
They're just ideologues with like bad dialogue. It's like they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, I did a video yesterday talking about how Bumblebee literally has saved the Transformers movie franchise. And I was talking about how the G1 designs is what saved the franchise. But literally has, because people who did not care for these movies when they first came out in 2007, they watched the first one, they enjoyed it, but it was still not great. But they didn't watch the sequels because obviously how bad they were. At least that's how they looked at it. You've got to understand the average consumer does not generally like these movies. It's developed its own fan base, which is obviously great for people who love these films. And I like these films to an extent. Obviously, there's a lot of good moments in them. But the gas ran out. They didn't know what they were going to do next. So they had to sort of give us a fresh reboot, which is what Bumblebee is, and give us something that the average consumer is going to recognize. And it's going to be the G1 designs because, they grew up with it. And I
think it's doing a good mix of both. You know what I mean?
With characters on Earth, that's new. But we get flashbacks of Cybertron, and that's literally, G1. So you're having a bit of mix, really. You've got new character designs, except from Blitzwing, which is obviously a mix of G1 Starscream. But every character you see on Earth, like robots, they're like new designs. Bumblebee's a mix between G1 and the movies, which kind of works, which is okay. His head design's literally the only same thing about the Michael Bay movies. And then Shatter's inspired by Nightbird, but people aren't going to pay attention to that. People aren't even going to know. They're just, okay, new character. Dropkick, like hell, that's G1 Megatron, but that's what Travis Knight says. They're just new characters. They're just new designs, new characters with
I'm okay with
inspirations.
I like
they look great. Yeah.
So, I mean, I like the fact that they're brand new characters brought to the movie franchise, that they'll probably end up getting killed at the end of the movie. That's probably why.
Well, I didn't want to say this in my analysis, but I won't say who, but a character dies in the trailer. Like they show a character death in one of the trailers, which I thought was just a bit, I won't say who it is because I didn't want to. I said I don't want to be spoiled for this film so much, but I watched the reaction and I didn't want to give that reaction, but I just saw this character die. It's so clear that character just blew up. But I'm like, okay, damn it. Why did the trailer have to just reveal that? Of course, we're going to see.
Well, the thing is there are parts where the trailer starts moving really quickly, and as you're watching, you're like, all right, is it what's happening here? Like, you have to really like almost like slow it down to see it because
hang on a minute. I just want to answer the chat. I'm not going to tell you which trailer it is because you don't deserve to be spoiled. Just watch the film. I should probably say something to me. Stop doing reaction videos and analysis videos then. It's like, I gotta make a living. Sorry. But no, it was just so obvious that character died, and I was like, oh.
I'll have to rewatch the trailers again.
Don't don't watch it.
Don't watch it. I'll wait till Christmas.
Be surprised. God, I hate it because I watched some
Megatron and probably get arrested for having him leave the house.
Yeah, someone's going to report this video now and goes, "This guy's got a gun on YouTube."
G1 Megatron, though.
No, but I hate it when trailers do that, where they show you clear signs of something that you didn't want to know, but it just shows you. It's like, damn for me having a good eye. But I don't know. But yeah, no, I don't know what we're talking about.
we were talking about all the different designs and stuff like that, and how like these new toy lines are actually, it's getting people excited about Transformers again. I'm happy about that.
Oh, it is, definitely is.
That fans are again, they haven't been this excited, because if you remember when we did our podcast, everyone was wondering if Transformers was going to be any good, because last night was poor, you know, had a poor performance, and you know, like the way that the Machinima series was poorly received, and how what's it called, when the aligned continuity was ending, everyone was thinking that Transformers was done.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
just proof it's not.
Yeah, just clearing that up for people. I can't remember who it was now. I think I saw a tweet from one of the writers who I'm not sure if I follow. They were confused how people thought that was connected to the aligned continuity, because it clearly isn't. But Rescue Bots Academy is technically connected to the aligned continuity still. So that's the only thing. That's like the last sort of like line of aligned continuity left. It's
which I'm curious if this if it actually is, like if the Rescue Bots Academy is, because it's using the evergreen design. Have you seen the poster yet? Like that they
yeah, I saw it with Bumblebee. Yeah,
it has the evergreen design for Bumblebee, so it makes you wonder if you know, if Rescue Bots Academy is part of, you know, a new continuity.
Well, it was supposed to be set as a sequel to Rescue Bots, so who knows if they've changed it. A lot of things have been said about Cyberverse and Rescue Bots, which were little
unless they start doing some multiversal stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'll give that episode a shot. I'll watch it, review it, but I don't think I'll continue watching the show. Obviously, it's not aimed for me, so there's no point in me talking about it. And yeah, just you sat there looking like a badass. You know?
I know. I got my G1 Megatron, which
he's happy. He's happy. That's really cool.
With his stock and everything.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely. I was very happy to get my hands on a G1 Megatron again. You know, like because I had the toy growing up as a kid and I broke it, and then getting the reissue was like even better, because it comes with the shiny metal, you know, the sword and all that.
I remember when I was like, I want to say during 2009 or 8 or something like that. I remember when I got back into Transformers again with animated and the movie. I was for some reason looking at a bunch of G1 toy reviews on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to collect all of these G1 toys. I went on eBay and I looked at the prices. I was like, oh, well, that was a dream that died fast.
Pretty quickly.
But I wouldn't mind getting my hands on some of the reissues if they ever come to the UK.
That Starscream is cool because it's actually it's remolded with fists to hold a G1 Megatron gun accessory.
Yeah, my that's what my uncle had. He had Starscream.
Okay.
And I remember playing with that a lot as a kid and being kind of confused about like, oh wait, this is a you know, I was like figuring it out when I was very little. But then obviously when my Uncle John gave it to me, it was soon demolished and trashed as soon as possible, which was unfortunate. Never give a young kid a G1 toy. But I remember
I broke my G1 Jetfire, actually broke his arm off.
They say they're easily breakable. We remember them, but they're easily breakable.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched the Toys That Made Us episode on Netflix the other day on Transformers. That was an entertaining watch.
They crammed a lot of that information in to like one episode.
Yeah, I didn't like the comedy from the narrator. I found him really annoying.
I also was upset about how they kind of insulted Bob Budiansky.
A little bit, yeah. I was like, I know you're trying to make this funny, but it's like I'd prefer a direct, informative, constructive sort of take. Don't throw in jokes. I felt like the narrator hardly knew what he was talking about. Yeah, Bob. You know, I feel like he was a little bit pinched too much. Like, oh yeah, kind of ripping on him a bit too much. It's like, yeah, nah, this guy's actually a hero for coming up with 25 characters and a good lifespan.
Don't give kids masterpiece.
Wow, I have to acknowledge this chat at some point.
We haven't looked at the chat like the whole time because we were so busy looking at the Transformer stuff. It's just like it's too much, right?
Oh, yeah, we got Paper Plane in there, and we got the guy Mark who does the animations for the podcast. He's in. We've got a few people in here.
It may not be the death of the character. Interesting. Very interesting.
All right, we've got 59 people in the chat. Just going to put. How long have we been on for?
Just about over an hour.
Oh, that's okay.
I actually got to get ready to get going, but you know, because I'm getting text messages from my family. I got to get ready because I got to leave super early tomorrow morning to go to New York. So,
right, okay. Damn family. Ugh.
Well, it's the thing is like I'm going to New York tomorrow, and I'm going to be at Comic-Con. So anybody who's going to be there is going to be able to see. Whoever I run into, it's going to be cool. I'll take pictures and post them up on hey, listen is my sister's ringtone.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you probably heard that. Hey, listen, and then you probably heard the Zelda secret was my wife texting me. If you hear on a Hadouken, it's from somebody else. And then
I would do that for my friends and family, but I just feel like the ringtones would be too insulting. So yeah,
I've had these ringtones on my phone like literally for like 10 years. So and it's been their ringtone like ever since. Like I know who's texting me and why.
Well, hey, do you have time to answer a few questions in the chat? People want to ask anything, or
sure, I'll answer.
Well, people want to ask us what we thought about the IDW ending.
I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't read that. I'm not into the storyline. Paper Plane actually has just said that apparently Lost Light is really bad.
Really?
Apparently it's bad. But I mean, we've talked about why we don't like specific parts of the comics before, but I just personally, I feel like it was too late to get into the comics because the issues, and I don't really want to buy them online. I don't really want to buy comics anyway.
I heard that like a lot of people were complaining about like because once they ended the war, they changed the storyline. Like they changed characters in a drastic way, and people really didn't like it. Some people really, really liked the whole Lost Light story.
Yeah.
And I read some of it, but like I don't know, I had a hard time getting into into some of the characters. I didn't really care for some of the writing. I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me the way it should have.
There are different kinds of Transformers fans. There's ones who obviously like the comics and only the comics, and there are some who like the television, the film, or whatever. I like to consider myself a bit of all, but there's only a few comics I actually really do like, but I just couldn't. I did buy the first issues. I think I bought issues 1 to 4 of is it More Than Meets the Eye, where we had the War for Cybertron designs. I bought them. I've got them somewhere hidden there. I went to a comic book store once with Lois like years ago now and bought like a bunch of stuff. We watched the Wreckers. I bought the Wreckers comic book, but then that comic book closed down. So there was no real place for me to find any comics. I don't really want to buy comics in general.
100 says that All Hail Megatron was the best IDW because it was very G1 in that respect.
I hear that's a good one. I want to check out that one because that gets a lot of praise. But
I actually read up until All Hail Megatron, and that's about as far as IDW that I actually really hardcore read into. And then I read some of More Than Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise. Like when they did that split, I read some of it.
Well, apparently
much more.
Apparently, the Armada comics really good. I read a bit of the Dreamwave Armada comics.
Dreamwave I was really big into because it was like a revival of G1.
Yeah, they really included a lot of good stuff in it.
And like when it ended, I was like kind of bitter. It was kind of like, what do you mean it's ending? And then IDW started, and I didn't want to read IDW because of it. Because Dreamwave ended, and it just ended abruptly. And they were like, well, we're just going to start fresh. We're going to start over. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't like, I was already invested up till this point. Even though Pat Lee's like over-exaggerated, super blocky, weird dimension, if you look at the poster for Optimus, like that has Optimus, like all the Autobots on it. Optimus, if you actually try to figure out where Optimus's chest is supposed to be, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's just there's a lot of good things to come out of comics, what I've seen, but it's just comics isn't really my area of expertise, so I don't really want to comment on it too much. I just know about a lot of things that people talk about within the comics that's very mixed, different opinions wise and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just
I know some of the people who were doing the art at Dreamwave also went off and did art in the IDW comics as well. So like some of the art style, like Alex Milne, I think did some of the covers.
Oh yeah, the artwork is fantastic. Whenever I see a comic, the artwork always looks fantastic. Every page
I don't have a problem with the artwork.
Previews of.
I mean, some of the robot designs I don't care for. I didn't care for when I remember seeing pictures of like when like they went to this weird looking, like they tried to mix G1 with the movies, and so like the robots had this weird look to them.
Well, The Lost Light has had its final issue, right? Because I saw this tweet where someone had the line and they had the coloring of the final cover of it, and I thought, although I don't care for this, the art looks really good. Like we had Megatron with I can't remember now on top of my head, but they had Megatron, like they're all jumping forward like towards the screen, towards the paper, and but I just want to clear up. Yeah, apparently it's the first comic that Paper Plane's ever been disappointed in. So I've heard a lot of bad reactions from the Lost Light comic, but okay. I don't want to comment on it.
So the ending is upsetting to a lot of people, then, huh?
Yeah, I just don't know anything about it, so I can't comment about it. I just don't know anything.
I don't want to actually like make a comment on it about the ending without having actually read it either, because it's probably something that like it's kind of like as controversial as Beast Machines was. Beast Machines was very, very controversial.
And then a few years passed, and people were like, oh, "Okay, yeah, this was."
Well, by that point, you had your Armada fans and Energon, and Cybertron, and the movies. So, people were able to get over it. So,
I think every incarnation of Transformers has had a but then over time, it's like, yeah, it's not as bad, G1 was like, obviously G1. Beast Wars was like, oh, but then after that finish, it's like, actually, this is really good. Armada, well, Energon and Cybertron there. But Armada had a lot of good perks to it. The toy line was obviously a massive hit. That's kind of what really brought Transformers.
The last 20 episodes of Armada was good.
Oh, yeah. The Unicron battles.
The Unicron battles, yeah. Like that last, like when once they left Earth, it actually started getting like much better because.
Yeah, they got into the lore of it and had a lot of character development with certain characters. And then animated was obviously hated on, but it became one of the best, in my opinion.
That was everyone hated the art style. It's kind of like the new Ninja Turtles, like the new Ninja Turtles cartoon.
I think people hated I don't think people hated the art style, at least the majority. I think people hated the animation. The art style didn't get the quality it deserved in the animation process. Because obviously the animation was dealt with very differently, and the art style, I love the art style. Derek Jarrett is a good artist, but I never felt like it translated well with animation. At least the animators didn't translate it well as it could be. If you've seen the Japanese intros for Transformers animated, you'll know that, it does translate well. It's just unfortunate that we're not getting those people who worked on that intro on the actual show itself.
Yeah.
But there are some good animation points. The first episode of Transformers Animated was actually a solid animation episode. It was actually on point with a lot of designs.
I was actually watching a lot of animated for when I was doing when I was reworking my Ultra Magnus video, and it was like, wow, animated actually is much better than some people give it credit for, even with the weird robot designs.
I've got the Almanacs, all three of them, the complete and the two ones. I just fell in love with that as a kid. Like, I was like,
Billy and Fred are worse than Kicker. I've seen that in the comments.
Actually, I love those guys. They're morons, but I actually do love them. I love them to make fun of them.
I'm trying to think who would as far as human characters, who would probably be the worst?
Oh God,
maybe Kicker. I mean, would Kicker be the?
Yeah, I think it's universally agreed that it is Kicker. There could be some other ones you could throw in there, like oh god, what's his name? Mr. Powell from Transformers Animated, the rival against Thingy.
This is why. Oh yeah, him too. I mean, well, as far as like human companions,
yeah, big kicker. It would be kicker.
This is why I hate machines.
I like his suit that he has. I actually feel like it's kind of cool.
Suit was cool. I have the toy that he came with the larger style high wire, but
I think Sam Witwicky would follow him. So, not G1.
Billion Fred
Spike Witwicky. Wow. But I think Shia LaBeouf is certainly up there. He was tolerable in a few scenes, but overall, like, oh no. Cade Yeager is far worse than Sam Witwicky.
You say Cade Yeager is probably your least favorite?
Yeah, he was so annoying. I really didn't like him, especially the Irish guy as well in Age of Extinction. They just served no purpose. A lot of things. It wasn't believable when Mark Wahlberg was like, I'm an inventor. This is a game changer for me. I'm like, oh, you said that with so much expression. I don't know. But I don't know.
Thoughts I think that is a G.I. Joe character? Oh, good God, no.
Oh, apparently, I saw this clickbaity. Well, I don't know if it's actually true or not, but it came across as very clickbaity. I can't remember what channel it was, but they were like saying, is this a G1 hidden crossover? A G.I. Joe hidden crossover with John Cena? I'm like, no, move on.
No, like literally, like I'll do Daniel Bryan for you. No!
Literally, no. I see questions to videos, and I just want to enter that video and just put in the comments, no, okay, move on, next video.
Yeah, move on.
You're just talking shit. You're just talking nonsense. It's not obviously true. You're just doing it for baiting.
Yeah. That's I've noticed some of the comments. I'm getting text messages from my wife, so I definitely have to get going.
We better call this off now.
But this has been fun. Anytime you, me, probably. I know Paper Plane was in the comments, and if I had invited him, but I didn't know if he would be.
Yeah, let's ignore him. We don't want to talk to him. No, I'm kidding. I didn't realize you were waiting on.
I tried inviting Brian, but he didn't ever got back to me. So, but
I didn't realize you were waiting on me, although. So I want to apologize for that. I didn't realize you were waiting on me. I was like, oh God, I've got to get home quick and all of this up.
Well, that's it.
Blame Lewis.
The comments. Poor Paper Plane.
Screw him. No,
man.
I love this.
You British people are brutal with each other.
What? I'm the arsehole because I say what's on everyone's mind? What's going off here?
I don't know.
Nah, he's all right. He's cool.
Yeah. But it's always fun to talk to other Transformers fans. I had a blast. I remember when I went to the 86 movie thing they had here, and I was just talking with people out here. So, but yeah, it's always fun.
It's good.
I'll report some stuff that's going on at New York Comic Con, but
yeah, it's good being the guest instead of a hostess. Sometimes it really does do a lot.
Yeah.
So I actually would like to be invited more, so I could just talk instead of have to worry about all the editing.
Well, this is camera's actually just a live stream, so like this is just like us talking whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, no, this has been fun. It's been great talking to you. I will. So yeah, but hope you guys have enjoyed. This is your channel. You end off. Okay, you end off.
Okay. Channel. All right. So
I'm going to get into the habit.
Guys at New York Comic Con, I am going there to tomorrow. I have my passes for Friday and for Saturday, and so I'm really excited to go. I will post pictures up on Twitter. Or maybe I'll do a live stream like on Saturday, going on the show floor, so this way everybody can see what's going on. If the internet doesn't cut out on me, and I'm gonna have more stuff going on. So, guys, Cam has been a great guest. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for sticking through what we've been chatting about. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.